name is Ruslan Buskevich. I live of Ukraine.
Eddie Williams. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee.
My name is Lucy. I am from Poland.
My name is Patrick Boykin.
Taisha.
My name is Renata Traczyk. I'm from Poland.
Walk the tanks.
Hi, my name is Sorika.
Hi, my name is Destiny Hall.
Hi, my name is Lala Kamara.
I'm from Senegal, West Africa.
I am Ramisa Jakupovic. I am from Bosnia.
My name is Otis.
The first time I had walked in, I felt comfortable with the people in my surroundings. So it was such a beautiful thing just to have wonderful people in the DLCs.
Once you come to Dominican and you was placed with a tutor, or you do one of their programs and you don't know nothing, but as soon as you do that program, you learn something on that first day.
To me, it's home away from home. You get to study with family. You get to open your brain with family. You get to play with your big brother you thought you never had, your big friend you never had, and you're helping each other. You're helping each other. When I first got here, I went for my interview with Sister Ann, and I read words and all that junk. And it kind of scares me at first, like a little kid do something and it scares you at first. It scared me at first, but I'm like, I love this. And then I got me a tutor. Her name, Denise Neville.
Well, my tutor name is Armand, and he showed me a lot of ways of learning. He explained things to me like how to recognize certain sounds, and he even explained math to me. Once I started reading, it empowered me with so much, because I didn't feel bad about myself no more.
Reading is a beautiful thing to me, because you find out something new every day, every time you open the book. You learn a new word, you learn the characters, you learn you. Because when you read, you put yourself in that story and bring out something beautiful.
I want to become somebody. You know, I want to become a teacher, and a preschool teacher. You know, just letting everybody know that you could be somebody also.
My goals right now is to get my GED, go to college so I can get my auto mechanics master certificate, I think it's called the associate's degree, so I can basically start my own business.
What I found was the connection between an inner passion meeting the greatest need. I also have an opportunity to watch potential come to fruition, to see what someone thought they couldn't do be part of their skills, and that a flower that was very closed and maybe even wilting away bloomed and continues to bloom as their life opens up with so much more that they're able to achieve.
Never forget that there are still things to be learned through service. You don't know how much good you're doing for this community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Get a gift. I just want to thank you for everything.
I just want to thank John. I want to thank John. I want to thank you, John.
Literacy in the Detroit area, and it's a tremendously important part of the area. And the thing that I see about Detroit is that even though Detroit went through hard times, it's now beginning to come back. And everybody needs to retool and get new skills.
You know, I really think that it's important for people who really need the help to know that there are people that want to help. Well, that's a fundamental confidence, a fundamental feeling that there are people that care about you in general and you as a person.
I think that we obviously teach the skill that each of the tutors is teaching, but we also are engaged with our students in life skills, in helping them gain confidence in all areas of their lives, and that there can only be positive that comes from that.
Dominican Literacy Center lives up to its name. It is a center, and every city should have one, whether it's in the situation that Detroit is currently in or not.
I just find a great pleasure in helping to restore human dignity. That is what any successful program should do. It should allow people to see the purpose in which they were sent here, get them back to being human.
And people start at different levels. Some of them have very, very basic needs, but you can do it here. And to me, I just want to be part of helping that whole process.
I'm a small part of what goes on here. But when you talk to other people and you hear their stories, the tutors and the sisters and all the support staff, you want to do more because how much they're doing and what they value. And it's the same thing I value.
It's a life of second chances, and they give a lot of the individuals in Detroit a second chance without asking questions. And it gives them a great chance to improve themselves on many different levels, as far as in the community, finding a job, just being a parent. It does all three, and it does it quite well.
It is cool to be in a place whose main purpose is for people to come and to improve themselves, to help them improve their position in life. Whether you are the student doing that, or the tutor doing that, or just some Joe Schmo off the street who wanders in accidentally, it's nice to be in this environment.
I know how important it is to my student that they want to get something. And so it pretty much gets me out of bed on Saturday morning and gets me dressed and gets me down here because it's such a big deal for them. I can't let them down. I gotta be here.
She came in one day and said something about how Toledo, she says, "Oh, I've seen that word on boxes." So I'm helping her open up her world and be able to understand what she's seeing.
Maybe they were the person who had to go out and, be the breadwinner for a whole family. Had to look out for other things, and so they sacrificed what you and I might take for granted, which was just, basic education. But they took the time and they took the initiative and they took a great risk to their comfort zone to say, okay, time to learn how to read now. I'm an adult, but it's something I need to know how to do. So that they're here doing that, that makes many of these folks far braver than I am.
One thing I've learned throughout is that everybody has struggles. We all have struggles, and when you meet somebody, you have no idea what their struggles are. Sometimes we overhear them and sometimes we don't, but people are doing their best and are bringing their best self forward, and if we can help them bring an even better self forward, that's a blessing.
Welcome to Dominican Literacy Center's second annual Spelling Bee Fundraiser. As you can see, this year we've gone virtual and we've put together a really nice program for you. So sit back, relax, enjoy our fundraiser, the Spelling Bee, and don't forget to donate. First up, we have our very own Christina Matthews, who is a student navigator with Dominican Literacy Center. Check it out.
Once upon a time, there was a girl who wanted very much to read. Her name was Christina, and she went to school to learn.
I can remember me and my mother just up all night trying to remember spelling words and just going over them over and over again.
But a secret demon kept Christina from her goal. Christina was dyslexic.
It's not that I didn't want to learn, it's just that what I had, they didn't know how to help me.
Christina finished grade school, then high school. She even began college. She was a good student, but she just couldn't read.
I needed some skills, and I wasn't getting them.
Christina didn't let the demon get her down. Her mother even said it was a blessing.
It was a lot of tears at night. It was a lot of secrecy. It was being ashamed of something my mom always said was a gift, but I'm like, it's a curse. Are you serious?
But just as she was about to sink into despair, Christina found her fairy godmother. She was a tutor with a state-run program.
I love the one-to-one.
Then she found a second princess. Her name is Teacher Wilson, and she's a tutor with Dominican Literacy Center.
I pick up a lot of my own mistakes now because I have the time to just take for me.
It hasn't been easy. Christina and Teatrick have both committed years to the process.
I've been here a total of 6 years, but if I missed about 12 years worth of schooling, sheesh, I have to catch up a lot.
Christina has improved so much, the folks at Dominican hired her full-time in their office.
One thing I can say is good to work with a program that knows your situation.
So now, Christina, who left high school reading at a 5th grade level, is hoping to get her bachelor's degree. Tutoring has made all the difference.
When you have that one-to-one tutoring and someone is really just working at your pace, you learn so much better.
Christina is not only reading, she's writing.
And I also have a book that will be coming out.
And this book has a happy ending. It's the story of her life.
Because there's so many people that's out here that cannot read, and they're just scared, you know, and they're scared to either get help or they just want to fall back on the system. But you can do it.
And we know she'll read happily ever after.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spelling Bee. Wow. It was really impactful to see myself in that video from 2012. But since then, a lot of things has happened to me. I lost my husband in a tragic hit-and-run accident. My mother was diagnosed with cancer twice, but praise God, she's still living and thriving. I have a new family now. I have a baby girl named Noah. Yes. She is such a blessing to me. I also have about 5 chapters written in my life story. So I am going to finish my book. But I am so happy to say, even through all those trials and tribulations, that I will be graduating in about 14 weeks with my bachelor's degree from Siena Heights University. Woo, 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 yay. Praise God for that. Let's talk about the centers. Literacy centers are a second chance for adults. Dominican Literacy Center have been around for about 30 years. And when the doors were open for me, there was no judgment when I walked through that door with that low reading level. They made me feel a comfort, a love, that even though I had some issues, that they will still help me work through them. Dominican Literacy Center has been around for about 30 years. And I can honestly say that they have blessed my life. They have blessed me with a job so that I can give back and tell students my testimony about how things have happened to me in my life and how I picked back up and kept going. They can do it too. I love encouraging our students. What I want you to take away from this video today is, when you see me, you see Dominican Literacy Center's mission. Dominican Literacy Center mission is to transform and to help students obtain skills as a successful parent, worker, and citizen. And they've done all of that for me. I cannot thank Dominican enough for blessing my life. Thank you, Dominican.
Christina, thank you so much for sharing your testimony with us. You are an inspiration to us all, to our students and the staff, and I'm sure to everyone who listened to your story. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that. You really do make a difference in our students' lives. Last year, in 2019, Dominican Literacy Center celebrated 30 years of providing literacy services in the city of Detroit. In this time of social distancing, we continue to provide educational opportunities for our learners in the form of one-to-one tutoring, small group classes, and online learning. And all of this is taking place virtually. So we're using platforms like Zoom and Google Classrooms to help our students achieve their academic and their career goals. But you know, we need help with this mission. As you will see and hear throughout this fundraising event, you can donate to Dominican Literacy Center by texting DLCB to 50155. You can make a one-time donation or a recurring donation. One-time donations are wonderful. We welcome each thoughtful contribution. If you choose to make periodic donations, those can offer the additional benefit of allowing you to spread out your contribution over time and can help us to predict funding going forward. Now, as to periodic giving, I am excited to announce tonight that we are kicking off a monthly giving group called Friends of Dominican. If you set up monthly giving of $20 or more per month, you will be enrolled as a friend of Dominican Literacy Center, and your name will be listed in a separate section of our website and in our newsletters as someone who has committed to ongoing support of the very important work that we do here at Dominican Literacy Center. We can't do it without you.
Again, to help us reach our goal, text DLCBEE as in B to 50155. All of tonight's donations will be monitored in real time on our Give-A-Meter. Let us take a moment now to check in on the Give-A-Meter.
Wow, the Give-O-Meter is looking really good, everyone. We are up to $12,705.80. Let's keep it going. We're super close to exceeding our goal, and the Dominican are counting on you. Thank you to everyone who's already donated. If you haven't done so, I want to give a special thank you to our sponsors, both corporate and individual sponsors. Thank you so much.
Tonight's virtual fundraiser was brought to you in part by bronze sponsors, Allen C. Young and Associates. Our silver sponsor, Better Health Market and Cafe. Gold sponsors, Comerica Bank, United Healthcare, and Herbert Handelsman. And our title sponsor, Fiat Chrysler Automobiles. Thank you, sponsors, for your generous donations. And now, the rules of tonight's Spelling Bee. The Spelling Bee will consist of 3 lightning rounds, during which each contestant will have 40 seconds to spell as many words as possible. After each round, there will be a break for other content, and then the next round will begin. During a round, the announcer will say the word, and then the contestant will then spell the word. After each word is spelled, the off-screen judge will signify correct words with this buzzer, and incorrect words with this buzzer. At the end of 40 seconds, we will hear this sound, and the announcer will ask for the contestant's score. The next contestant will be brought on screen, and we will proceed. At the end of each round, when all 3 contestants have had a turn, we will provide a scoreboard, like this, to indicate who is in the lead. At the end of the 3rd round, the judges will announce the 3rd round scores, and then tally all the correct words scored by each individual, to crown this year's winner of the second annual Dominican Literacy Adult Spelling Bee. And now, round one.
We have with us from last year Renee Gowan of the famed verbal pugilist who took home the #1 trophy last year in our inaugural spelling bee. So she's here to defend her title. All righty, so as soon as I say the first word, your 40 seconds will begin, Renee. Are you ready?
I'm gonna try. Yep.
Okay. Dawdle. Dawdle.
DAWDLE.
Melodramatic. Melodramatic.
MELODRAMATIC.
Incendiary. Incendiary.
INCENDIARY.
Slipshod. Slipshod.
SLIPSHOD.
Cappuccino. Cappuccino. Time is up.
Good.
Good job. How many words did our first contestant spell correctly?
Renee spelled 4 words.
All right. Good job, Renee. Woo-hoo. So we are going to go with our second contestant. And our second contestant will be Patrick Brown. Also joining us, he was with us last year and has agreed to try to knock Renee off of her championship podium there. Let's see what you got there, Patrick. Ready?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. First word is jargon. Jargon.
Jargon. JARGIN.
Next word. Caterpillar. Caterpillar.
Oh, CATERPILLAR.
Next word. Memorandum. Memorandum.
Memorandum. MEMORANDUM.
Next, apprehensive. Apprehensive.
APPREHENSIVE.
Okay, time's up. Nice job, Patrick. Judge, how many words did Patrick spell correctly?
Patrick spelled 3 words correctly.
Good job, Patrick. All right. And our third contestant joining us again for our second annual spelling bee is Sister Janice Brown. Sister Janice.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Are you ready, Janice?
No, but let's go anyway.
Oh, let's do it anyway. Come on. Sister Janice, your time will begin as soon as I read the first word, which is mischief. Mischief.
MISCHIEF.
Next word, murmuration. Murmuration.
MURMURATION.
Next word, methodology. Methodology.
MOTHODOLOGY.
Next word, sedentary. Sedentary.
SEDEN.
And the time is up. Judge, how many words did Sister Janice spell correctly?
Sister Janice spelled 2 words correctly.
All right, well, don't worry about it. We have 2 more rounds.
At the end of round one, let's see how our contestants did. Renee scored 4 words, Patrick scored 3, and Sister Janice scored 2. And now let's take a look at our Give-A-Meter. You can help us reach our goal by texting DLCBEE, as in B, to 50155.
Wow, this is so exciting. We are already at $13,132.05. That's 87% of our goal. All the proceeds raised tonight, go directly to helping an adult learner reach their goals. And remember, we provide all of our services free of charge to our learners. You may be wondering, Kimberly, how can you be so close to your goal so early in the program? Well, I'm glad you asked. People started texting to donate and sending in checks and donating online as soon as our publicity went out. The response to our appeal has been tremendous. That could be you. So if you haven't already done so, please go to our website or text DLCB to donate to 50155. And thank you for your support. Next up, please help me welcome our very special celebrity storyteller, Dame Wilburn.
So I'm standing in the checkout line at the grocery store with my mother. There's all kinds of candy, toys, weird stuff, things that are designed to get my attention as a kid. And I reach past all of those things, grab a book, and I hand it to my mother. And my mother hands the book to the cashier without even looking at it, without looking at the price. The cashier looks at me with a kind of quizzical look on her face because she can't believe I just passed up all the rest of that stuff to grab a book. My mother sees the cashier, looks at her and says, "We have an agreement. She can have anything she wants as long as it's a book." Now, she's keeping to a promise that she made me a while back. When I first started learning how to read, I found it tedious and almost impossible. And I was really good at making up my own stories just looking at the pictures. So I didn't think I needed anybody else's words. I was so good at it, in fact, that I checked out a book from the library that had nothing but pictures of a bear at a picnic. And my father was amazed. He told my mother, "I thought you said Damie can't read." And my mother said, "Damie can't read." And my father handed her the book and said, "Well, she just read me this." And my mother opened up the book and looked at it and said, "Walter, there are no words in here. What Damie is good at doing is telling stories. That doesn't mean she can read." Now, my dad still thought I was a magician. After dinner, my mother was sitting in the big chair in the den, and she had this book in her hand, and she was engrossed in this book. I kept trying to get her attention. So I'm acting up and I'm dancing and I'm asking questions, and she's just kind of answering me, but ignoring me because she seemed to be in another world. And she could always do that when she was reading. I thought it was a superpower. And then I got interested. So I asked her, "So exactly what is this book?" And she said, "This book is Roots by Alex Haley." And I decided right then and there that that was the book I wanted to read. I didn't want to read the little kids' books they kept giving me. I didn't want to read Dr. Seuss, which, by the way, is improbable to read when you're a kid and the rhyming and the words that don't exist. It's a thing. I don't want to get into that today. But my point is this: I wanted to read her book. And her statement to me changed everything. She said, "The words that are in your little book are the same words that are in this big book, but you got to read the little ones first." That's all I needed. I started working on reading. I started fighting, even with myself, to be able to read that big book. I was pulling everything off the shelves in our house, just getting through it because I had a goal in mind. By the time I hit third grade, I was reading Shakespeare. Now, did I understand it? Not really. Could I get through all of it? Not really. But I tried. And I always got points from my mother for at least trying. Now, the agreement that we struck that I could read anything I wanted kind of backfired a little bit when I was in fourth grade. And I showed up to school one day with The World According to Garp. Now, before you say anything, I recognize that that book is not meant for a fourth grader, but my mother was honoring her end of the bargain. I can also tell you this: I went to the Detroit Waldorf School, and to get a bunch of basket weaving hippies to put their hands up and say, "Wait a minute, maybe we should call her parents," is a pretty good indication that that was not the right book for a fourth grader. It was a fascinating choice on my part and almost borderline recklessness on her end. But again, she was holding on to the bargain. By fifth grade, I was reading Iacocca. Lee Iacocca had turned around Chrysler, and I wanted to know how he did it. So I'm sitting in fifth grade with this big book and I'm reading it. And my teacher sees me and she gives me the same look that the cashier had given me years before. She then called my mother that night to ask her, could she borrow the book? And my mother said, which book? And she said, oh, Iacocca. And my mother said, oh, no, that's not my book. That's Damie's book. You got to ask her. So the next day, my teacher did something that I think most teachers would never think they do. She walked into her fifth grade class, walked up to the desk of the biggest troublemaker in her fifth grade class, and asked if she could borrow an adult memoir of Lee Iacocca from a fifth grader. And I took the book and quickly scribbled my name in it to make sure I got it back and gave it to her. By the time I hit seventh grade, I'd been reading so much that I thought I was ready to tackle what would become known in my mind and in my house as the big book. I was ready to start reading Roots. I was ready in my mind, but I wasn't necessarily prepared. There were a lot of words I didn't know. There was a lot of dialect I had to get through. There were characters who had names I couldn't pronounce. And when you can't say something out loud, sometimes it's hard to figure out what is happening. And there was violence and there was terror. And there were all of these things that kept me up at night. And I put that book down a lot before I finally got to the end. But I'd done it. I'd read the big book. After I got through the big book, the promise was that I could read anything I wanted and I could get anything I wanted in the world as long as it was a book, and we held to that. And my mother would buy me books everywhere I went, even though I was getting older and I could buy my own stuff. She would always buy a book if I handed it to her. My senior year in high school, I was in the musical, I was in the play. Words had become part of how I dealt with the world. I was a singer. I was trying to write songs on my own. I was writing poetry. And every time I dealt with a new word or a different word, I felt something click in my soul. This was exactly who I was supposed to be and what I was supposed to be doing. My mother was the director of the rec department, and they were doing this thing called a senior bazaar for the senior citizens in the city. And they were doing it at the state fairgrounds. And she said to me, hey, I need you to come with me today because I need your help. Also, I need you to go grab that copy of Roots that we own. Bring it with you. I didn't know why. She'd read it. I'd read it. I wasn't interested in rereading it at that time, but I grabbed it and went with her. Turns out that the guest of honor that day was Alex Haley. It was 1989, and he had just released a Christmas book that was using some of the characters from Roots. And he had come to the bazaar to talk to the seniors, and he gave this impassioned speech about language and writing and history and storytelling and how important storytelling is to the African American diaspora because we've been cut off from our history. The line to get anything signed by him was 45 minutes to an hour. My mother was obviously running half this thing, so she couldn't stand in line, so I did. And I waited with all these older people to whom Roots had been a completely different experience. They'd read it when it was new, when it was provocative. I'd read it a decade after it come out. And I'd read it when I was young. So I get to the table, and Alex Haley is sitting at this table. He's got a Sharpie in his hand, and he has kind of been auto-signing every book that's come past him or every piece of paper, and he's talking to people, but he's not necessarily looking at them because there's a lot of us. And I hand him the book, make this out to me and my mother. And he said, sure. And he asked for our names, and I gave him our names. And I said, I read this book when I was in seventh grade, and I just think it is amazing. I think you're an excellent writer, and I think that this book is so vitally important. And he looked up into my 18-year-old eyes, and his pen stopped. And he said, you read this when you were how old? And I said, oh, I was in 7th grade. And he smiled and he went back to signing. And he looked at me and when he handed me the book and he said, can you do me a favor? Better yet, can you make me a promise? I was like, sure, anything. And he said, when you get older, read it again. Now, at 48 years old, I haven't actually gone back yet to reread Roots. I've started it. I haven't made it through. My apologies to Mr. Haley. I'm gonna get it done because I promised the man. But a couple years after that, he passed away. And that book went from being a simple book on the shelf to a touchstone. It reminded me of how I'd started, what reading meant to me, what it meant to my mother, what it would mean to me in the future. It was always there. And it was also a constant reminder of the promise that my mother made me and that I pass on to my grandchildren. You can have anything you want in this world as long as it's a book.
Dame, thank you for sharing your literacy journey with us. What an awesome story. And it's such a good example of how a person's literacy skills develop over time. And it takes a lot of hard work and perseverance. So thank you for that story. It is the story of our learners as well.
Before we check in on the Give-A-Meter, we have a very special announcement. Dominican Literacy Center's Board of Directors has just announced that it will match up to $1,500 of donations that are made during tonight's Spelling Bee. So make a contribution now and double down on your donation. And with that, now's a great time to check in on the Give-A-Meter.
Wow, are you seeing this? We're almost there. Let's finish up strong, everybody. Thank you for your donations. Just like public radio and public TV, your monthly commitment is important to us, and whatever amount you feel is comfortable to you. Whether you make a one-time or a periodic donation, if you prefer not to text to donate, you can also contribute by going directly to our website at dlcliteracy.org/donate. Regardless how you get there, the donation form offers some specific needs that your contribution can fill. For instance, $25 will purchase a skill book or teacher's manual. $50 will purchase supplementary readers. $100 will purchase additional student supplies and study resources. $250 will support a student for 3 months, and $500 will support a student for 6 months. Regardless what you donate, we are so happy that you are watching this event. Now, to our next segment.
And now, round 2.
So let's bring back our reigning champion, Renee Gowan, for round 2.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Renee is ready. All right. Renee, your first word is trapezoid. Trapezoid.
Trapezoid.
Next word is dilly-dally. Dilly-dally.
Dillly. Dally.
Next word is mastiff. Mastiff.
Mastiff. Mastive.
Next word is haggle. Haggle.
Haggle.
Next word is cooperate. Cooperate.
Cooperate.
We were on a roll, Renee.
I wanted to keep going.
How many words did Renee spell correctly?
Renee spelled 4 words correctly.
All right. Let's bring back our second contestant, Patrick Brown.
I'm ready, Kimberly.
You're ready. Okay. Our next word is litmus. Litmus.
Litmus.
Good job.
Sieve. Sieve.
Seethe.
Next word, bachelorette. Bachelorette.
Bachelorette.
Yeah.
Next word is fluoride. Fluoride.
Floride.
Next word, moorage. Moorage.
Moo.
Time is up. And I don't know if we're going to give him that last one, but I will leave it to our off-screen judge. Judge, how many words did Patrick spell correctly?
Patrick spelled 3 words correctly.
3 words. All right, Patrick. And let's bring up our third contestant, Sister Janice Brown. All right. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. I'm ready.
First word is petrifying. Petrifying.
Petrifying.
Next word, aromatherapy.
AROMTHERAPY.
Next word is machete. Machete.
MASCHETTE.
Dulcet. Dulcet.
DULCET.
Yep. Magnificent. Magnificent.
MANGNI.
Time is up. How many words did Sister Janice spell correctly?
Sister Janice spelled 2 words correctly.
2
Well,
words.
I'm staying steady at this.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Round 2's in the books. Renee spelled 4 words correctly, Patrick scored 3, and Sister Janice spelled 2. That brings us to our current standings, with Renee in the lead of 9 words, Patrick in second with 6, and Sister Janice with 4.
I'd like to introduce our next video, and it comes from John Handelsman, who is a volunteer with us. He is a tutor and a board member, and he's helped us so much with this Spelling Bee fundraiser. So John, take it away.
Hi, my name is John, and I've been a tutor at Dominican for over 10 years. And with all this COVID stuff that's been going on, we've been switching to online learning, and Kimberly asked me to prepare a little video for you all to show you how it's going. Because students like mine, Ronnie, are so determined to keep on learning, no matter what it takes, no matter what the obstacles. I'm happy to report that it's going very well. So take a look, and hope you enjoy.
Meeting passcode.
Okay, just 1, 2, 3 is the passcode.
All right, John, you should see me.
I got you. That's amazing. Do you see me?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I see you from below. I see like your chin mostly.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. So
And you can hear me.
Huh?
And you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you pretty good.
Uh-huh. And you have your book?
Man, I got everything. It's just sitting here.
Uh-huh.
What? John, you think I wasn't ready?
We do this together. I guess we could just read the story together.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I don't want to cover my face.
Why?
I'm awkward. I need a better computer table.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all right. I got it right here.
Are you using your computer, or are you using one that they gave? This is your own personal computer.
Yeah, they ain't give me no computer.
Yeah, they have some.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
They giving out computers?
Just temporarily for people that don't have.
Oh, I ain't want to. This is my permanent. Oh, we gotta have our quality time, man. There, I look at a number.
It's harder to do this way. I wish we were still doing
No,
it.
it ain't. No, it ain't, John. I'm not, John. I don't never give up. This is my life. This ain't your life. This ain't Christina's life. This ain't nothing. See, I want to do something different than other than this book.
Yeah.
I think every day that I got a head, I got a page, and did it. This is like riding a bike. Once you get there, man, I thought I was gonna have hard times getting in the computer and everything. I ain't did it in so long.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Uh-huh.
Chapter 8. Instead of thinking of technology as an economy.
Nope. As a what?
That ain't enemy.
Enemy, yeah. Enemy.
Enemy.
Yeah. Embrace. Embrace.
Embrace. Did I say that right?
Embrace. Did you say embrace?
Embrace it as a friend.
Yeah.
Thanks to the generosity of our great friends at Beans and Cornbread in Southfield, we have 10 $10 gift certificates to give away randomly to tonight's donors. So if you make a donation now, your name will automatically be in the drawing for some award-winning Southern cooking by Beans and Cornbread. And now, round 3.
Let's bring back our first contestant, Renee Gowan. All right, Renee, this is it. This
All
is
right.
for all the marbles. You ready?
That title.
Okay. Your first word, Renee, is sophisticated. Sophisticated.
SOPHISTICATED.
Next word is legionnaire. Legionnaire.
LEGIONNAIRE.
Next word, alacrity. Alacrity.
Alacrity. ALACRITY.
Next word, choreographer. Choreographer.
CHOREOGRAPH. One. I deserve that, judges.
She was spelling it.
I so, that. Come on, judges.
How many words did Renee spell correctly?
Renee spelled 4 words correctly.
We're steady. We're steady.
We're steady. That's right. All right. Nice job. And I want to say these third round words are the hardest. Round 1 through 3. So we are cooking with fire here.
That's not good, Kimberly, if these are the hard words.
No pressure, Patrick. No pressure at all.
All right.
All right. Your first word is leguminous. Leguminous.
LAGUMINOUS.
Next word is heliotrope. Heliotrope.
HELIOTROPE.
Next word, squander. Squander.
SQUANDER.
Succulent. Succulent.
SUCCULENT.
Rectitude. Rectitude.
RECTITUDE.
Kookaburra. Kookaburra.
Oh, darn.
Oh, you just missed that one. So
And I knew that one too, Kimberly.
Oh, doggone, sure you did.
We'll save that for the next round. Yeah.
Okay. Judge, how many words did Patrick spell correctly?
Patrick spelled 4 words correctly.
All right. Nice job, Patrick. Here we are to round out our third round is Sister Janice Brown. You got this, Sister Janice.
Right. I was wondering if you could adjust the list, you know, to go with my level of expertise. Is that about that?
Listen, this is a tough competition, as you well remember from last year.
Going up for Dominican Literacy Center.
That's right. Thank you so much for that. All right. And I'm not going to take it easy on you because you're a sister. Sorry about that. All right, here we are. Your first word is inundate. Inundate.
Yes.
Next word is wonderkind. Wonderkind.
WUNDER. What was the full word again?
Wonderkind.
KIND.
Next word is wearisome. Wearisome.
WEARISOME.
Next word, maverick. Maverick.
MAVERICK.
Next word is retrograde. Retrograde.
RETOGRAD.
Word. Citronella. Citronella. Uh-oh, darn it. The round is over. I know you missed spelling citronella. I know you wanted to spell that, which we need
I
a
was
lot of.
almost there, but I think I gained a little bit on this one.
All right, let's see here. So, Judge, off-screen Judge Sandy Mango, how many words did Sister Janice spell correctly?
Sister Janice spelled 3 words correctly.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sister Janice, did you bring your own special effects?
Yes, I did. I knew I would need it.
Wonderful. That is very funny. Thank you for that. Listen, before we find out what the scores are, I just want to say a big thank you to all 3 of you for being such good sports. I know that we wanted to be together, no way possible, but this is how we can keep ourselves safe and you can still support the Literacy Center. So I just really want to thank you. Yay, you get big claps from me. Good job. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for.
Believe it or not, that is the end of the spelling bee. Let's see our contestants' final results. In third place, spelling 7 words correctly, Sister Janice. In second place, Patrick with 10 words spelled correctly. And the moment you've all been waiting for, this year's winner of the 2020 Virtual Spelling Bee is Renee with 12 words spelled correctly.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. We'll be sure to get you another medal, Renee.
I can't wait. You too.
Renee, you are our big winner. And can you tell a little bit about what you do and how you even know about us?
Well, I would be glad to. I am the director of Romulus Adult Education. I'm also the president of the Wayne Monroe Association, of which Dominican Literacy has been a member for longer than I have. I am also the professional development chair of McKay. The director is right here next to me. So I'm ecstatic to be here and support one of our just very favorite partners who does so much amazing work. I can't compete with your Facebook page though, Kimberly. So slow down, right? You guys are awesome. Happy to be here.
Thank you, Renee. How about Patrick Brown?
Hi, yes, thanks, Kimberly. So I'm the director of McKay, the Michigan Association for Community and Adult Education, and I'm so happy and proud of Dominican, one of our member programs. Kimberly is a great director there. You have a wonderful staff there, and every day you are walking with people and helping them find their personal and professional best potential that they have within them and bringing that out and helping them be the best people that they can be. And that is a gift that goes beyond anything that we can say in words, truly. So I would just echo what Sister Janice said and donate, take the opportunity to learn more about the DLC. And we're just really just glad to be here. And I'm just really happy to be here again.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Thank you so much. Sister Janice Brown, how do you know about Dominican Literacy Center? Please tell me.
So I just want to say, first of all, I was easy on the 2 of you, Renee and Patrick. I really could have barreled it through, but I thought, no, these people are good people. And I just laid back a little. You know what I'm saying?
You're a good person.
You're welcome. I am a Dominican sister. I was the executive director for Dominican, and that's probably why it's so dear to me. But they really do respond to a need in our community that isn't often seen. And they do some great work, and I am so happy to be part of this evening's event. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And a big thank you to all 3 of you once again. Mwah. Well, this has been such a wonderful evening. Thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you to all of you who are supporting us, who donated via the text to give, for those of you who went online to give, for those of you who will mail in checks and who will call us later. I just want to say on behalf of everyone here at Dominican Literacy Center, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's do it again next year. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in to our 2020 virtual fundraiser. Before we conclude tonight's event, let's take one more look at the Give-A-Meter.
Wow, thank you to everybody. Oh my God, we made it. Hurrah. Thank you to everybody. We exceeded our goal. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Share this broadcast with all your friends, and this will be posted on YouTube tomorrow. I want to thank our board members, John Handelsman, Sandy Mango, and Teresa Lefevre, who helped with this program, and our awesome producer, Michael. Thank you so much. Everybody, have a good evening.